What's going on, guys? Scar coming at you with another Magic the Gathering video. In today's video, we'll be diving into a deck that I feel like everyone has at least played from the videos I've watched at least once. In a way, they've done some sort of version of their own, and that is a deck that focuses on Stormwild Capridor. So in today's video, we are going to be playing the Stormwild Capridor. If you don't know what that card is, he is sitting right over here. Okay, I lost a copy. I have to add that back in, but if non-combat damage we dealt to him prevent that damage, put a +1/+1 counter on Stormwild Capridor for each 1 damage prevented this way. So what we're doing here is we play a lot of things that will do direct damage to our creature if we want it to. We can do direct damage to it by casting a shock or a purple's intervention or even a Storm's Wrath to wipe out the whole board and leaving him around. He's going to gain a +1/+1 counter for each of that 1 point of damage. The other thing we're doing here is playing a couple other little cards that add a little bit of flavor to this essence. So what that entails is that we're actually added in a little bit of mutate into the deck. We're playing the Snapdax because it will give our Capridor now double strike, which is very good. And whenever it mutates, we can do 4 damage and gain 4 life to target creature and or planeswalker. So we can actually target our own Capridor with this ability and actually pump it up in the process of doing this. We also run the Brash Taunter, which came out from N21, which is an indestructible 5-drop goblin. It's a 1/1. Whenever it is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target opponent. So pretty much what this does is another way to have another win condition outside of Capridor, because we can get damage dealt to this Brash Taunter and then we're just going to hit our opponent back in the face. And if our opponent decides to attack in and we block with our Brash Taunter, it is going to do damage back to our opponent's face in that process. The other thing too is a lot of our damage dealers are all odd cost. So what you're wondering is why is that? Because we actually are playing 1 copy of Obosh, sorry. The Prayer Piercer, which is the companion that was popular for a little while for a mono red aggro build that played odd things. It is whenever a source that has an odd mana cost would do damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent and or player instead. So what this does, it either speeds us up pumping our own Capridor by dealing damage to it. It also will speed up the process of all our things that have odd costs, converted odd costs, dealing damage to our opponent's face. So anything that's an odd cost, like our Capridor, like our Brash Taunter, so on and so forth, will now actually do even more damage to our opponent. No, it does not count the Bonecrusher Giant Stomp effect because that's a 2 converted mana cost spell, but the Bonecrusher Giant itself will do double the damage, which is very good. And overall, what we're trying to do here is just trying to build this weird board presence and kind of have these little tricks of the trade to kind of catch our opponent by surprise. I don't know if anyone's really been playing Stormwild Capridor. This is an interesting deck that is actually rotation proof, so if you want to play this, I will have the deck list in the description down below if you want to copy it and try it out for yourself, make some tweaks and changes based on what you think you want to do based on the decks you are playing. Hopefully you don't play a lot of Simic Adventure. I mean, I took a day off yesterday to take a break from MTG just because I was doing a little bit of grinding on my new player deck list, getting all of those color challenges done and out of the way, so in the next video we can dive into another new player subject. So that video should be coming out in the next day or two. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do another deck list, so be on the lookout if you're looking out for a new player deck list. We will be diving into like the decision now after doing the color challenges of what you could look out to do in like the next step of the new game. But with that being said, guys, if you like the video, it definitely helps out the channel out a lot. If you want to know I post more videos, hit that subscribe button. Let's dive into some games and let's have some fun playing some Magic. Alright, so we're on the play. This hand looks okay. It looks a little slow, but if our opponent's also playing slow deck, this could be good for us. But we do have a Capridor, we do have some stuff maybe to slow them down, and we have something to give our Capridor protection in case they decide to target it with a spell of some sort of color. So, let's see what happens. We will just show them white mana and we'll see go. One thing I gotta do is I always forget is to switch out the lands. I always get, because the arena lands I guess are the newest lands in the deck. I always get stuck with the arena lands. So it looks like they're either playing mono green and or Simic. And maybe they have a whatchamacallit in their deck just because they got held up, and anything that is a 0 cost spell is probably a Stonecoil Serpent, so that's my big assumption that they have in their hands. So we are going to pass turn and we'll see go. Do I want to? No, I'll let it go. That's perfectly fine. I honestly think you hold back a Stone Coil in this circumstance, because if I decide to burn your token, then you actually don't have protection from the Stone Coil. So it looks like they're playing mono green. I think we play the Stormwild because this prevents them from attacking with their 1/1. If they have a fight spell, then they have a fight spell, but I don't think they would waste a fight spell on a Stormwild Capridor, because actually they'd have to do combat damage in order to kill it. They can't actually kill it with their fight spells, because this will only just get that much bigger, which is good. That is perfectly fine. What we could do, we can do one of multiple things here. We could actually play Forest Intervention on our Stormwild Capridor and do big damage to it. We could play a Bone Crusher and just have a decent sized blocker. I think we're just gonna go big and see what happens. So we are going to tap this for 3. It's gonna get dealt 6 damage. Yes. Auto pay. That is now a 7/9. We're gonna swing for 7 in the air. And now it's a race. If we draw another white, if we just throw another mana, we can play an Elspeth Conqueror's Death. But as I see right now, they don't really have anything that can prevent Stormwild Capridor from doing damage, because they're playing mono green. I don't think there's a spell that kills a Stormwild Capridor. The only thing they could do is just catch us by surprise and just play a wider board. I just realized if I get another mana, I could technically play an Obosh, which would more than likely end the game. It's fine. I will take 6. If I get a mana, I think it's game. Well, no. If I get a mana, I got a 2/2, 3/3. That's fine. They can't attack with their 11/11. We'll attack for 11 in the air. I don't think they gain enough life to get them back up to anything higher than 11. Though if they do play another Storm Coil, I can't give protection from artifacts, so a Storm Coil can block it. They do also have a lot of mana, so it's a Questing Beast, that's fine. Questing Beast is not going to kill it. They could fight it. That's 5. Do they have a fight spell? Because that'd be my only guess. Okay. It's perfectly fine. Another Capridor isn't going to do it, but this will, which will just give it protection from green. And we will attack him for game. Alright, game 1 is us. Opponents on the play, it's not a great hand, but it's manageable. So I think I'm gonna keep, because we can play lands. Hopefully we draw into more lands. Don't really draw into, okay. We're either playing mono red or we are playing Knights, which could be a thing. Looks like mono red. Let's just get rid of that. That doesn't do much right now, it's just a 2/2. Though the thing that is interesting here in this situation is the fact that they only really do a bunch of non-combat damage. Like if I don't block the Capridor, they really can't do anything about Capridor, because they don't play kill spells as well, because they only play mono red. So Capridor is pretty safe here. They could play a lot of spells into my face, which is the thing. Next turn we can set up a Feat of Resistance, which can give a protection from red. They're considering not attacking, which is interesting. I think we play this. I could have, you know, I want to keep open an extra mana source just in case. We will get a second red, and we will say go. We'll hold back blockers. You know, give them the idea that they may be able to get through with something. They also do seem like they are behind in mana. All right, perfect. All right, we got another Triome, so we'll add the Triome. No attacks in turn. They are holding back, so this is actually perfect. They have to attack with this, which is fine. That is perfectly fine. We will give it protection from red, so you can't take it. Interesting. What's the play here? It's gonna pretty much kill anything that it gets in front of. So I guess we just make sure that dies. And then we will Divine Arrow the Fervent Champion. No text. End turn. I have a weird feeling just in case they have another... Okay. Or not. I mean, I wasn't mad. Opponents on the play. Our hand is playable. We don't have a lot of early game action. Opponent's not given much. Maybe it's some sort of... is it a flash deck? Simic? I could use a second white. Should we scry for another? I think we scry for a better untapped white. I mean, I could have kept it just because. Alright. So we are playing Is It, it looks like. Is it? Riddle form? Interesting. Alright, so they don't have a play there. It is a 2-2. We will play our Capridor, so they can't shock this. Another Riddle form. Hey, that's bigger. Another Riddle form. Though the thing is, it's not big enough, and their hand's getting kind of empty. So I'm actually not afraid to take this damage. No blocks. Another Capridor, which is good. But I think this is where we sit back. We'll take another white. We will do a Storm's Wrath. We'll grow our Capridor to a 5/7. We will not attack, just in case they decide to swing it in this turn. Alright, that's fair. They had to have it. If they have a burn spell, we're dead. Alright, let's get out of here. This deck worked. Alright, we're on the play. This hand's good. It has things. Not a lot of mid game, but it plays things to hopefully set us up well. We could hopefully get another land. This could be interesting. This looks like it could be enchantments, so we got to be able to look at that. We will skip. Didn't get a land. Okay. Add 1 mana. Spend that mana to only cast a creature spell. Interesting. My turn. I guess we play this. We will scry. We don't need that. I mean, do need that, but we don't need that. In turn. Excuse. Fine. Well, I don't like the skews, so the skews is gone. We will play this. We will play this. We have all the mana we have, so let's just grab another white. Why not? That is a sorcery, so that's the unfortunate part. We can't really react, so if they do play something like a Quest and Beast, we are kind of SOL in that regard. But we do have a Divine Arrow in case they decide to attack with something very large. 5 mana. And we can hit for something for 6 with that. Okay. My turn. They are playing a deck that allows us to get, or allows them to have a big creature. Let's play a Brash Taunter. As this doesn't have trample, so it's gonna deal damage to said player if they decide to attack. Interesting. I think they're gonna learn very fast what this does. Yeah, you may want to not do that. We'll play this land. We could play this for 8. It doesn't grow it though. We can do it for 1. Leave open 2 mana, so do this for 2. We're gonna actually just get rid of that. I don't. It's fine. It doesn't need to be there. We don't need them getting counters in any certain way. No attacks. We'll leave it as a blocker. I don't think our opponent's gonna want to attack it now if they don't get trample. That's fine. Still fine. Capridor is the play. No attacks. End turn. We now have enough mana to actually fight their creature every turn. Gain 2 life. Sure. You'll fight. You know, I could have fought this, couldn't I? I could have fought in that. Yeah, we'll do it to our own creature. In turn. I don't know if they have an out here. They can gain life from their Great Henge and hopefully play a lot of creatures. I feel like they're analyzing the board. Unsure. I mean, next turn we're at least doing 4. They can't do anything that's non-combat damage to it. The only thing you can do is kill it with, like, Death Touch. Something with Death Touch. Fair. Awesome. It's not a Hydra. I don't know if, yeah. I was gonna fight. I mean, let's look at our hand, to be quite honest. Our hand was the Brash Taunter, which done 8 to their face, because we would have fought it. And then we just, all we had to do was shock our thing and we were fine. But how big is the potato? How big? Opponents on the play. Our hand is very slow. So I think we're gonna mulligan this one. This hand's playable. I think we get rid of the Obosh. I think. As much as I would love to have him. We just don't have the cards. We don't actually have the red mana, I just realized. So that's a problem. But we do have the Stormwind, and I hope to draw into the red mana. We do play a decent chunk of it. Alright, we're playing a deck that is graveyard hate. You got it. We'll play a main phased kill spell, so we can kill their Temoret. Fork Rose. Fair, you have another one. I guess you can eat Temorets. Though the thing is, if they start playing more spells, I think yet again we just stomp it in the face. I don't think you need to have one. Sure. Okay, they don't play anything. That's perfectly fine in my book. Let's play one of our Bone Crushers, just because it's a 4/3 body. And if they decide to attack it with a spell, they're going to take 2 points of damage. So I will say yes to that. You will wait until... That's perfectly fine. You take 2 damage. Now it's a 2/1. You take another 2 damage to kill it. Awesome. Bone Crusher Giant. Temoret. Alright, you give it flying. Wings is good. Your hand is empty. I may have something to deal with that, but it's fine. We have... Would we have enough to make this big enough? Yeah, I guess so. So let's do this. And then we will deal double the damage to it. So this for 2. So now this becomes a 4. Yes. Auto pay. I have a 5/7. Isn't it pretty? I feel like they're in a weird conundrum. They may have to tap out to draw. They can draw, they can get rid of things. That's fair. That is fair. But you are taking damage. I will take 5. I will take 5. No? You're gonna hold back? Okay. How about another Capridor? And... how about... I do this. I play another Capridor. No tax. I mean, I will take the 5 if you do anything about it. Gonna draw now. Awesome. 2 damage, which I love. Another land. Alright, I don't care. You gain 2 life. I mean, I could do this. I mean, how does it feel not to have your... Okay. Opponent goes first. Hand's decent. I don't have a lot of land, but I have a lot of things to slow down the board, which is good. They're rather draw, so I think this hand could be good. Mistakes could be made. I don't trust someone who has those kind of sleeves, though. They could be playing something tricky. Okay, maybe they're playing mono green. That's perfectly fine with me. They're just playing some sort of mono green ramp. Interesting. Well, they're not playing anything... Alright, if we're gonna take a shot by a Questing Beast, we're gonna take a shot by a Questing Beast. That's the thing. They have 4 cards. Alright, they're tapping their mana very, very intricately. Play another one. Are we ramping them into an Ugin? 2. Scavenge News is fine. There's no creatures in the graveyard, so I'm not worried there. I think we just Bone Crusher. Get rid of that before it becomes an issue. And we say go. That's perfectly fine. Tap this for 3. That will do 6. Yep. They are now one less card. A land. They have a lot of mana ramp. No play. Okay. So I think we got them in a good spot then. I guess we play this. And then we play that. And now we have a 4-3. And we have 2 Elspeth Conqueror's Death, so if they play something large and in charge, we can definitely take care of it. Alright. And we somehow decide to get all our triumphs. I could have used it for a draw spell, but I think we take this slow and we don't do too much, and we say go. I could have pumped, but I like to leave the idea of mana open, so they gotta be afraid. Also, if they have something like Anugan, they get rid of a Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, they're gonna create a 2/2 wolf. Got it. Is it a mutate? Can they only do that as a sorcerer, I'm assuming? Interesting. I mean, I think my hand's perfectly fine for whatever they could possibly play in top deck. Like, we have a lot of answers. Are they gonna get rid of their Wolf Wall of Heaven again? Okay, that's a thing. It's not that big of a deal, though. Not that big of a deal. I guess for safe reasons, we'll do this for 5? So that's 10 to the stone foil, 4 to the face. Could have played this, but the idea here is that it has protection from multicolor, so don't want to do that. Oh, hi, dude. Now we'll mutate, right? Yeah. We'll mutate. That's fine, I'll take 2, because I'm about to gain 4. And then we'll do 4 to this. And we will swing in for 6. And now they need something to get in our face or they're dead. Doesn't have trample. But I think they're gonna need something more than a Wolf Wall of Haven. Opponent goes first. Hand is not great with creatures, but I think we have a couple things to kind of slow down our opponent, so we'll keep. Looks like they're playing a Rakdos deck because Loris is here, so... Okay. Cycling. Got it. What do I have against Cycling? That's the real question. I don't think I really play anything against Cycling. You're gonna gain a lot of life. Another one. Last time I checked, Cycling doesn't... I guess you gain 2. That's fine. I'll let you gain some life. And then we just do this, and we do that. So you can't attack with that one, but you'll gain your card. Bone Crushy. What do I have for next turn? Nothing really great. They have 3 cards in grave. A Storm's Wrath would be good in this deck because it gets rid of all the tokens. What else is there? So Storm's Wrath is what I'm hoping for. I forgot that's what you do in a cycling deck. Fine. Okay. So you cycle to get it. Now the question is, do they expect this to happen? Okay, that's fair. Question is, what do they do on their next turn? I'm surprised they didn't chump. The question is, they cycle as they attack? This is the real question. They cycle at least once. Another Flourishing Fox, which is fine. We have the Fabled, so that's what's holding priority, so that's all they know so far. I'm surprised they're not going for the Luris. The only thing that sucks is that Elspeth doesn't really target much in their graveyard. Or target on the board. Most of their boards too, because they play Luris. I don't know what the big think is here. It's either you cycle or you attack. Or you cycle. Or you hit me for 6 with your spell. I don't know what's going on. I'm honestly. My turn. Our opponent went AFK. That's unfortunate. They have their spell in their hand. Or they have a cycle. Run the play? I'll keep this hand. We're very big into draw on our Savoy Triumph. Black mana. Alright. What are we playing? We have black mana and we have an Archfiend's Vessel. Some sort of mono black deck where you get this back from your graveyard, possibly. Timmy, got some Timmy Rat. We'll get rid of Timmy. fair. So it's literally mono black devotion. They're gonna try to play a giant whatchamacallit here. Untap mana is good. Did we play the Capridor with no protection? We do play direct kill spells. That's the only thing I gotta look out for. I guess. Nah, we play it. Let's see what happens. If they kill it, they kill it. But that prevents them from doing anything from the graveyard, so I think that's perfectly fine in my book. I'll make you sacrifice a creature if you want to. I don't think you want to. You're thinking about it. I don't think you want to. Each player discards a card and sacrifices a creature. Interesting. We'll get rid of the land. I actually kind of like my hand better now. They don't know that though. Also, this comes back eventually, so if they don't exile it. Odd? Oh, you have even, don't you? I feel like it's a waste. That's fine. I'll discard a card if you want to discard a card. Nothing. Don't want to discard a card. Interesting. I'll get an actual white mana. That's fine. Still fine. Pass to attackers. We will shoot it in the face for some damage. It will burn you in the face for some damage. That's also good. Keep that. We will play this. We will say go. Fair. You can take my Storm's Wrath all you want. I'm not worried about a Storm's Wrath. I like my top card. Oh, spell. Darn. I was really hoping. I'll take 2, but I'm gonna gain 4. I'll put over just because that's more toughness. We'll shoot that. Interesting. They didn't go in front of it. One damage. Nice. I'm surprised he didn't block. I know you have 7 in the air. Do you have a giant whatchamacallit? Because you can't just attack, though, I don't think, this turn. Interesting. Alright, we'll just block here. I'll take 6. Is this all black? It's only 3, right? That's 4, 5. I was dead. I could have lived if I blocked that, but it is what it is. That Storm's Wrath would have been big. All right, so overall, I mean, this Capridor deck plays pretty well. I think it does play well against a lot of your decks, like mono green and stuff like that, where their way of removal is to fight creatures and deal damage, just because Capridors do die to non-combat damage, which I think is great. It does struggle against the mono black matchup just because they do have direct kill spells, but if you can kind of keep their board in order, it is a pretty good time. The Ox is actually pretty surprisingly works well just because of drawing a fresh 3 cards and discarding your hand, especially when you start getting a little dwindled down or you have something a little bit weak, I think is strong. Like I said that last game, as I was closing that one out, I think I could have probably done if I would just block slightly differently, but I wasn't expecting them maybe to have the Grave Merchant. I should have expected it just because if they're attacking that way, then they're just assuming I should assume that they have it. But with that being said, guys, if you like the video, hit that like button. If you want to post more videos, hit the subscribe button. As I'm closing out, there's probably something popping up clicking to tell you to go to some other video that I posted or something YouTube is recommending to watch after this. But until next time, I'll see you later.